So I'm thinking I might get a few of the death masks out now. I'll have 3 of them in my inventory all together. Yeah, there's 2 in the box. And put the wind crest away. And I think Barry has replenished us here, giving us some new items in this room to use. Some more acid rounds, I think. It's awesome if that's the case. But yeah, there's another death mask. Where is it? There it is. And I think we've got 1 more usage of the armor key, and there are shotgun shells outside as well. So, despite some pretty shambolic gameplay, it's all coming together now. So I'm happy with that. Oh, wait a minute. These are actually incendiary shells, which are very good on the spider later on. And a few other things here and there. And I think I'm going to need my lighter out as well. So I'm going to get my lighter out, because soon we're going to need it, I do believe. One of the things I like about this game as well is that, as you can see there, I can manually reload. It's just a nice touch. You couldn't do that in Resi, the original 2, 3 Code Veronica. And that door there, I believe, from that side, you can only go through it 3 times before it breaks, and then later on Barry fixes it, I think. There we go, that's the last usage of the armor key. And now we've got a puzzle, which is different. It's still a picture puzzle like this, but it is different than the original game. And I think it's this one here, number 1. And skip number 2, skip number 3, and then just press here number 4 and number 5. There's 4. And there's 5. So just remember that, and you'll never forget how to do this. This is a cool little puzzle anyway. And there is another death mask. Use a lockpick, so if we were a Chris there, unless we had a small key, we wouldn't be able to get out this way, but of course there are a limited amount of small keys. Basically, it's hard being Chris. You know what? Oh, fuck it. The shotgun shell's behind where that fatty is, but I think once you get all death masks, when you come down here, those zombies despawn. But I'm possibly going to get bit when I get back up there again. Which is annoying, but the fact of the matter is, it's a really narrow area. There's 2 zombies, and also the camera angle completely fucks you up as well, beyond belief. So there we go, only 1 death mask left now. So there's the fat zombie. What's going to happen here? Oh, I nearly shot them both, but not quite. Oh, that is absolutely fucking diabolical, that. Oh, that is diabolical. That is diabolical. Fucking just absolutely joke. Retardation. That's what that is, quite frankly. That's really what that is, really. I'm gonna go this way. Complete mass retardation there. Absolute fucking stupid area. Camera angle completely unfair, and it's too narrow to avoid them, but for some reason I got caught in about 3 mines. Should I run past them? Should I shoot them? Should I hit one with a defensive item and run on. I didn't really know what the fuck was happening. Jesus fucking H Christ. Fucking unbelievable, this game, honestly. You know, the zombies are the worst thing about this game, the way they act and the gunplay and the mechanics. I've already said it, this game is near perfect apart from that. There's a herb in here, I'm going to have to take it. More absolutely shambolic gameplay right now. You know, I've put about an hour into this and I'm thinking if it continues anymore, I'm just going to have to stop it. And maybe record it in the future. Because like I say, I'm not willing to just put out any kind of shite gameplay out there. It's got to be of a certain standard of decency. Just decency, that's all I ask. But this has been shite. And as you can see, you know, you've got more than enough handgun ammo here, even if I'd have killed a lot of the enemies. There's more. 95 handgun bullets now. But behind here is part of the musical score. This room is different, it's new, it wasn't in the original game. And we have to combine that with another piece of the musical score. And then we'll get the final death mask. After a while, you've got to do a little bit more to get this death mask. And I always leave it to last myself. But it includes the emblem on the other side of the mansion. So an interesting thing to note about this game is that you only start limping once you are in the dark orange caution state. Before that you will not limp. My chair is getting caught on the carpet underneath me and that's really annoying me. So when you're on light yellow caution, you don't actually limp, only when you're in dark caution. And I'm not 100% sure, but when you're in danger, I don't think there's any difference. Like on 2 and 3, you have a leg limp as well, which makes you even slower than what you are on caution when you're in danger. But in this game, that doesn't exist. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure why they did that. Oh dear. There is a crimson head. Oh, there we go. One more bad bit of gameplay and I'm cancelling this whole playthrough. And that's the way it goes, guys. That's the way it goes. I'm on danger. You see, it's not just a case of using... a defensive item against those guys. Because sometimes they attack you in such a way that you can't actually use it. Fucking retardation. I thought there were shotgun shells, but there's a battery pack here. I came in here for shotgun shells, and it turns out they're not even here. So, I'm just devastated with how badly this has gone. You know, you've got to understand that to record and then it to go so badly, it's just so demotivating, because I know I've lost everything now. And I've got to do it all over again to attempt for the gameplay to be good enough. Like, in the last year or so, I've completed this game a handful of times. You know, I don't play it every week or anything, but I should be semi-decent at it. But this has been fucking pathetic. And in all those playthroughs, the gameplay was never as bad as this. I can only think it's because I'm talking at the same time, and it makes it harder. Which is why I want to do post-commentary. But incredibly, with the Elgato, you can't do post-commentary. Unless you put the video into another, like, Windows Movie Maker or something better than that. And then put the post-commentary in there, and then upload it. But I can't do that because if I upload my Elgato footage like that, for some reason, it's incredibly jerky and of terrible quality. And I've no idea why that is the case. So I tend to usually upload straight from the Elgato software, and the quality is as it should be. It's fine. So I don't really have a way around that problem. I would like to do post-commentary, but I'm unable to do it for a host of reasons. And it's really annoying. Is it large left? Yeah, it's large left, I think. But despite the gameplay being absolutely shambolic, we're going to keep pushing on here. And now we've got the, I can't remember what this key's called. Is it the shield key? I think it's the shield key. And now we can finally get that last death mask. Still tons of zombies loitering around here. Which is a problem, because I've got to come back through these areas later on, and if I shoot them, then they're going to come back as Crimson Heads. And really, for the purposes of this playthrough as well, I don't want to be going back to my inventory box to get the lighter out, to get the kerosene out, to burn them. Because that's bad gameplay in itself to do that, for starters, you know what I mean? So, I don't really like the Crimson Heads. Controversial opinion, but I don't like them. No shotgun shells. There's not many shotgun shells in normal and hard on this game. But there is Sammy the Snake.
Payback time.
You know, I see a lot of bigger channels that somehow have got popular without commentary. And I see a lot of the YouTube comments saying, oh, thank you for uploading this without commentary. But I personally don't understand that myself, why you'd want to watch a game that you love played without commentary. And played pretty well. I'm thinking of the Survival Horror Network here. They play all sorts of different horror games. But if I do it without commentary, no one's going to watch at all. I mean, no one watches me anywhere. I don't even get a single view these days.
No!
But what I'm saying, see you Richard, is how can I differentiate myself without the commentary? it's just another shit gameplay, you know, let's play, isn't it? Without commentary. It means nothing. I'm not particularly good at commentating either, but during my time on the internet, I've made some, you know, internet friends and some people who like what I do and have been kind enough to join me on this crazy journey. And that's fantastic. That's not. And so if I can get someone new watching my videos through my commentary, that's fantastic. But the reason I've come this way is because I think I can go through this door once more. He's in a troublesome position. Fucking hell. Fucking controls on this game. I need a health item, basically. Before I made this playthrough, I was thinking I was going to save the game 3 times. Once, when I'm in the courtyard area, as I'm getting back with the hunters. And second time just before Lisa Trevor. And a third time just before the end of the game. Because I think Lisa Trevor can insta-kill you when you fight her later on, but it's incredibly rare, but I think it's happened to me once. But these zombies out here should have despawned now. I actually killed one before. It caused me a lot of trouble. They usually do. But it caused me more trouble on this playthrough than they ever have. Standard. But let's insert that final death mask and finally get to the courtyard area. Nice change of scenery. I'm pretty sure it's necessary. So the bad thing about this guy, as you can see, is sometimes he reacts to your shots, sometimes he doesn't. And if he doesn't, then he's still running at you and he's a big danger. But if he recoils and moves back, then obviously that's awesome. Give yourself some breathing space. But hey, I'm happy with that. That was actually a bit of good gameplay. Your eyes do not deceive you, ladies and gentlemen. That guy is an absolute pain in the ass if you're doing the knife only achievement. Holy shit. But we've got the metal and stone object. Let's make some progress. And let me tell you, pretty soon as well, we're going to be getting the Magnum, which is beyond OP on this game. Ammo for it is pretty scarce, but it feels fantastic to use, it really does. I'm going to try and headshot this zombie. Yeah, pretty much. That just pretty much sums up my luck, really, doesn't it? That pretty much just sums up my luck during this playthrough. I mean, that's just RNG. That's just RNG, and there's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes that's a headshot and you look great. Sometimes it's not a headshot and the character didn't have a defensive item had taken damage. Ralph Z. Or a dog. People who don't go on Twitch aren't going to understand that reference. But I think there's a bit more loot in here. Yeah, more shotgun shells. Lovely. And a defensive item. And a kind of first aid spray. I'll always use herbs more than aid sprays. Like, if I can avoid using aid sprays, I will. It's important to remember that I'm still on light caution here. But on Resi 2, Resi 3 and Code Veronica, for example, if you use one green herb and you're on danger, you'll just usually go up to Dark Caution. And then from Dark Caution, you'll go to Caution. So the herbs don't go as far. But on this game, regardless of the difficulty, it seems that... Skip that cutscene on accident then. Basically, that's Brad trying to get in contact with you. Or I think it might be Wesker or Barry saying not to go in the area in the direction that we're going in. But we're going in it anyway, because we're crazy motherfuckers. But yeah, on this game, the green herbs seem to be better. Like, if you're on danger, you'll get put up to light caution, yellow caution, what I'm on now. Which is pretty much what happened before, so... something to consider when you play the game when you don't know it very well. And because of that, you only need to mix herbs and use aid sprays when you're on danger, really. But it's not always that simple because, incredibly... surprise, motherfucker. Incredibly, the hunters on this game can kill you instantly when you're on fine. And this is normal difficulty, this isn't hard. But it's like I say, the difference between normal and hard isn't that great, it really isn't. But, you just gotta be wary of the hunters. They're not as brutal as they were in the first game. But they've still got invincibility frames. And of course, they're still a pain in the ass. But anyway, we're going to get the good old crank here. I am going to put that aid spray back in the box. And we're going to be introduced to Lise Trevor. And the thing is, she always manages to get a hit on me. You can avoid her, I think, but it's quite difficult. And she deals out a lot of damage. So I'm just going to take that damage, use the herbs, and run.